Hey guys, my name's Erod and I run a 3D printed hobby shop on Etsy. Please check out the link in the description below. Today I'm going to be taking a look at the new Digivice-V. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at the new Digivice-V version of the Vital Bracelet that just came out, and which I have here. Just arrived at my house yesterday and I'm finally getting a chance to open it up. We're going to take a close look at all the details and compare it with the older Vital bracelets and see if there are any differences. I'm really interested in seeing what the compatibility is like with some of the accessories that I make. And if all goes well, I will also tear down most of this thing and put it all back together by the end of this video. I bought it from Japan You Want, and I'll put a link to that in the description in case you're interested. It was my first time buying from them, and overall I'm pleased with the experience. I pre-ordered it within 1 or 2 weeks of it being announced, and the original release date was supposed to be October 2nd, and by October 3rd I already had a shipping notification from Japan You Want, so that was a speedy process. So I've been shopping with some of these proxy websites over the last few months, and I noticed that some of them will have pre-orders, but the pre-orders will not sell out, meaning that they will just keep selling pre-orders whether or not they have the stock. And with Japan You Want, you can tell they don't do that, because I was looking at some other items recently and those were also up for pre-order, but by the time that I went to go purchase one, the pre-orders were sold out. So they know how many they're getting and they're not trying to sell any more than that just to take your money, and I really appreciate that. So if you have to use a proxy service for anything from Japan You Want, definitely seems like a nice, reliable company. So moving on, I also run an Etsy shop, which is pretty much what this channel is dedicated to. There I have a whole section of Vital Bracelet accessories and you know, some fun stuff for other hobbies if you're into it. There will also be a link for that in the description below. If you are curious about my accessories, I do have a couple of other videos on this channel where I demonstrate the accessories and how to install them. Also, you can check out my buddy Xanadu. He's another YouTuber that does a lot of Digimon related content, and I actually sent him some of my accessories over the last few months, and he's done a couple of videos on them if you're interested in seeing what they're like. So please let me know in the comments below if you do enjoy this unboxing, because I'm really hoping to do a lot more of these things on this channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's get on with the unboxing of the new Digivice-V. If you ever do an unboxing, make sure you only pull your blade out like a little bit. Like this is, I'm doing it like this right now, but this, just because this bag is really loose. But normally with like a box or anything that's like tight like that, I just like maybe, you know, like one little, and that's about it. All right, anyway. Sweet. And right away I'm guessing that Japan You Want boxed the actual item and then DHL bagged it, which is awesome, because lots of times I get mail from overseas, and whether or not FedEx or DHL bagged it or boxed it, in the process lots of times it comes out like, you know, damage on the packaging and stuff, and you know, nobody likes that. So already looking pretty good. This is when I want to make sure my blade is not like super long, because I don't want to cut anything inside the box. I see people all the time using like these giant freaking blades trying to unbox things, and I'm like, do you not care about what's inside the box? Awesome, look at that. Oh my goodness, this is beautiful. Like I said, I run an Etsy shop, so I'm packaging stuff every single day. So I really appreciate like when a company or any place I order from packages up their items well, because it really says a lot, man. Like especially overseas, you know, it's traveling a long ways. I'm paying a lot in shipping. Like I want this shit to be looking beautiful when it comes out of here, and so far it does. Got tons of, well, a good amount of paper, padding. The thing itself is wrapped in bubble wrap, which is amazing. The last 3 bracelets I purchased did not come like this at all. They came in very bare minimum packaging, and usually the boxes were like slightly bent. Like granted, the watch itself was okay, but the packaging and stuff, which I really enjoy, you know, just it's always in poor condition. Most of the time it comes in really bad condition. This looks great. You can tell that Japan You Want, like really, you can tell they did this themselves. What else? Okay, so I got the device here. I even got some Japan You Want documentation. Oh, there's my invoice. Nice. I'm sure a lot of you probably ordered from them before, so very nice. Got some Digimon out here. And I got this cool Garudamon sticker. Awesome. Oh my goodness. And I get like a sprite on the back with all this cool. This is like this is amazing. I don't even want to stick this. I'm just gonna keep it because it looks awesome. All right, so huge relief right there. At this point, I'm just like, get out of here. Goodness gracious, and they wrapped them in. I've abandoned tools, as you can see. I'm just like savagely opening this package. Well, here's your Digivice-V. What is this here? It's like a little comic strip showing how to work the thing. Come on, camera. Do your stuff. Focus. 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 There you go. What is this? Okay, yeah, it's just like a little diagram that shows kind of what you can do. I'm sure there's a ton of information here, but I can't read Japanese. And yeah, there's that. I can read some Japanese, but not really. So as far as I know, this comes with pretty much the same stuff that the original bracelet came with, which is basically just the bracelet itself, your designated mascot Digimon DIM card, and then a Versus DIM and charging cable instructions or whatever. Probably gonna be the same, honestly. As far as, you know, I'm pretty sure there's a couple of new features on the bracelet itself, but like physically, I'm pretty sure this thing is exactly the same. That's my guess right now, so awesome. All right, so it looks like pretty much the same exact setup. It's like the same packaging and everything. They really didn't do that much different here, but I think the sleep timer thing is a really good feature that we probably should have included from the get-go, but it seems like they have a couple of things in here that they tried to address, so that's nice, I guess. Here's your Gamamon DIM card, looking amazing. I love these colors, and Gamamon looks pretty sweet. I haven't looked at the evolution line yet because, to be honest, I just like to enjoy the surprise on that aspect. Okay, we got our DIM card, our Versus DIM. Versus DIM pretty much looks exactly the same as the other one, but it's the same kind of like dark blue as the bracelet. So that's kind of neat, I guess. It's probably going to be like a billion Versus DIMs floating around over the next few years, because I mean, who really uses that? Alright, I got the bracelet itself. Oh my god. always a mission getting this thing out. And awesome. Here goes your fresh Digivice-V black fastener, which is pretty cool. Awesome. Well, yeah, I'm not even gonna bother opening these because it's probably the same instructions. Probably something about compatibility with the older DIM cards and yada yada yada. Charging cable. So, as far as the bracelet goes, I think it looks beautiful. I really like the logo. The logo is freaking sweet. But just upon first glance, it doesn't look like anything is different in terms of the shape and details and like small features on here. That's kind of neat, I guess. Got a DIM card slot here, which pretty much looks like the same exact DIM card plug that they used for the first ones. Same plastic piece there. Same type of USB plug, although it's blue in color. Black buttons, pretty basic, pretty straightforward. I like how they did a different color on the little fastener here, a little flavor. Let's turn it on. I'm going to turn it on first just to make sure it works and that me taking it apart doesn't ruin something somehow. So we'll do that. Normally I would charge something like this before using it, but I'm just going to turn it on for like a minute just to set the time or whatever. Yeah, I didn't get that on camera, but same splash screen you would get from the first one, like when you first started up. Set your date. It's October. It seems quieter for some reason. Oh yeah, much quieter for some reason. That kind of sucks. I'm gonna power it off. We'll do this dim later. Seems like everything's working. Power's on, buttons work, sound works. Alright, just gonna take a quick look side by side with my original version special bracelet and just kind of go along, and you can see the wristbands are pretty much exactly the same length. Let's look over here. Yeah, these look pretty much identical. Underneath, they are pretty much identical. The only thing I can tell so far is that this one is a little bit quieter than this one, but I'm not really sure yet. Maybe you're able to adjust the sound or something like that. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at any other reviews or unboxings yet because I wanted mine to be like completely spoiler free. So, all right. I thought there would be like maybe one or two things that were different, but so far it seems exactly the same. So that kind of puts a nail in my plan to talk about my likes and dislikes. Probably not going to be much there, but now before we get into it, here's everything that comes in the box. You've got your amazing looking box here, your Gamamon DIM card, the watch itself, your Versus memory DIM card, and you've got a little instruction manual with USB charging cable. Now what I want to do is we're going to take it apart, but I'm going to try to be as non-intrusive as possible because I don't want to damage anything and I don't want to go taking the whole board out and everything. I just kind of want to take the wristbands off, see what those are like, and probably crack it open and just take a look. And very likely all this is exactly the same on the inside, and all they did was write a new firmware. Yeah, but we're gonna find out, so let's do that. Some of you guys commented and were asking me what kind of screwdriver you need to replace the wristbands or take them off or what have you. I'm sure there's a few different sizes, but I've kind of want to just say a very regular sized precision Phillips head screwdriver. Basically anything that looks kind of like this, and like a regular, just tiny version of a screwdriver. With this one screwdriver, I can take apart the entire bracelet and do everything I need to, because all the screws are pretty much the same. In case you're wondering how to do this and you haven't seen my videos already, I do have a detailed tutorial on how to basically take this whole thing apart and replace the buttons inside with my replacement buttons, not the actual buttons on the board, but like just the plastic trim. And also there's another video on how to replace the wristbands, so I'm not going to go into detail about it in this video. If you are interested, just go check that one out. Alright, so taking these apart, it looks like they use the exact same. It's got these little tabs on the end that are actually what the bracelet kind of snaps onto. It looks exactly the same. Got some bracelets from the first wristband, and yeah, so they're identical, just as I suspected. So when you're taking these off, there are these tiny little washers that go right over this threads right here. I almost just lost one, so be careful with that. So in order to not lose these, I recommend not unscrewing these all the way, because if you unscrew them all the way, then they'll start threading out of the washer, which is, you want to keep the washer on. Now back to this. I'm trying to be extremely careful because I've been super excited about this thing and I don't want to ruin any part of it. So I got this thing open, and like I said, I'm not going to get too far into this because I don't want to poke around too much with the board, but everything looks exactly the same, man. I feel like I've said that a million times. So Bandai, I really enjoy this product, but you know, I think there were a few other improvements maybe it could have worked out. I don't know. Go ahead and put this back together. Sweet. So the scary part is done. I'm curious as to whether or not the pulse monitor is the same or not. I mean, I didn't take that part of the board off, so I couldn't really see it, but just from the outside it looks exactly the same as well, just like everything else. So in conclusion, since these are basically the exact same thing from the last bracelet and they go on the same way, safe to say that if you're interested in getting any of my bracelet extensions, they should fit this thing no problem. And like I said before, I do have an installation video on how to do that if you're interested in seeing how the process is in full detail. And I've just done it now on camera, so you can see already how easy it is. It's only 2 screws to swap out these wristbands, and only 4 screws to get inside the watch main body, I guess. Not that you would need to get in there or take it apart for any reason, unless you plan to replace these buttons with some of the ones that I sell in my shop. That's just, if you want a different color or you broke them or something. The USB plugs, in order to replace these, if you want to do it safely, you have to take it apart, but if you don't care, you can just rip this guy out. And the ones that I sell in my shop, they're actually a lot like the DIM plug, so you just plug it in and out. Pretty straightforward. I'm going to try out my custom DIM plug just in case. I mean, I think it's the same, but yeah, so that works out just fine. To be honest, I probably won't run this bracelet quite yet until I finish my Digimon run. See, I got my boy War Growlmon I'm working on right now. He's doing a great job. He's got around 6,500 vitality points, and you know, I'm going for the most megaest of megas always. I might as well load the dim card up real quick and just make sure, just kind of poke around and see if anything's different. Like I said already, it sounds a lot quieter than the first one, so that's, I guess that doesn't really matter that much because it's not something you really need to give much attention to. And I don't know about you, but when I'm in public, like, I don't want my watch like going off screaming. So let's load this Gamamon in here. This always takes forever. Wow, that was an interesting little sound. But right away I can see that they added English names for all the menu items, which I guess is cool. Not that you even really need that or anything. What I really want is English Digimon names, which they still do not have. They are still in Japanese. That is the one thing that I would have mattered to me. Okay, there's no volume adjustment. There's just on and off. One of my favorite things about these are the backgrounds. I know a lot of people hate them, and overall they're pretty annoying because you always have to change them and set them manually. But that's one thing I really like about the dim cards, is like they include one little unique background. And this one, I already heard some people saying it has wicked Windows XP vibes, and I totally agree. Okay, so overall functionality seems pretty much exactly the same. A little bit quieter, but not necessarily a bad thing for me. Maybe for you it is. I know some people don't like the sound at all. Whatever. So overall, even though this isn't very different from the original Vital bracelets, I still love it. I think it looks awesome. I'm glad they decided to go with this nice kind of dark blue. I think it's in an awesome color. I read something about the screen supposed to be better or something like that. I don't really know what they're talking about. It looks pretty much the same to me. I guess there's a little bit more contrast, I guess you might say. A little bit more vibrant on the colors. I guess it's barely even noticeable, but that is one of the features. Again, another thing I could have easily done without. Just a couple of slight complaints, but overall this thing is awesome, and I've had a really good time with this one so far. I've had it since it came out in I think like March or April. I think I've been playing with mine since April. But yeah, I just had a really good time with these. So, you know, I do what I can to supplement these and help out people that are having problems and stuff. So if you have any issues with them or any of the stuff that I make, you know, you can always just reach out to me, and you know, I'll help you out. Now, I do have some plans for the very near future. I have a few new items I will be adding to the shop that are Vital bracelet related, so please go and check that out if you get a chance. I thought there might be one or two things that I would have to address here as far as like my designs go, or you know, any issues at all that the Vital bracelet might have out of the box. But like I said like a million times, it looks like it's pretty much exactly the same. So in the meantime, I'm really just working on like larger and different dim cases, because Bandai keeps releasing these things and it's crazy. I'm running out of space. I already got 2 dim cases like filled to the brim, and yeah, so expect to see that soon too. And especially if you're like a V-Pet enthusiast or whatever you want to call it, I do have a Tamagotchi Smart on the way, so I'll be coming out with some accessories for that as well. And I mean, I'm playing with V-Pets all the time, so I'm actually working on a little something for the DM20, and I have 1 or 2 parts for like old Digivices, replacement parts, things like that I will be adding to the store soon as well. So yeah, if you're in the market for anything like that, or you need anything specific done, or you just have like a weird issue that, you know, maybe I could solve with 3D printing, feel free to reach out to me. The best way is going to be to reach out to me via the store directly, which will be erodbuilds.com, and I'll put a link in the description for that. I actually have here some of the stuff I've been working on, so here's like a little preview. Got some little dim protector cover kind of thingy deals. They're pretty straightforward. It's just like a little protective cover for your DIMMs, so you can pretty much throw them anywhere and don't have to worry about like the end of them like breaking or anything like that. The way these work is actually pretty cool, I think. Yeah, you can like load them in at a weird angle and like snap it into place, and it kind of just hugs it in place. So that's pretty cool. I also have this really small DIMM case that I've been working on. I thought of it because I don't want to carry like a million DIMMs around all the time. Sometimes I just need a couple of them. Wow. But inside you can hold 3 little DIMMs. You got your little verses, and then whatever 2 DIMMs like you happen to be running at the time, you can just like close this thing up. It's basically dust proof, so it's got a nice little lip around here that will keep anything from getting in, and this little thing kind of just pulls on over this little clip there, and bam, you're good to go. You can carry this pretty much anywhere and throw it around like nothing. That's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I want to give a special shout out and a huge thank you to all of you subscribers, because I kind of just started this channel out of nowhere to show off some of the stuff that I made, and a lot of you have been really supportive and been giving me positive feedback and stuff, so you know, thank you guys. It really means a lot. Again, in case you're wondering, I did get this through JapanYouWant.com. I think that's the link. I'll put the link down in the description below. But yeah, very easy to use proxy service. Got my order like that, so very, very happy with that. If you have any questions at all or any kind of feedback, you're welcome to message me directly at the shop, or you can just leave a comment below. If any of you have purchased some of my accessories, I would love to hear what your experience has been. Please feel free to leave a comment and let me know how your vital bracelet's been doing. I also got this thing today. Look at this beautiful, majestic thing. Hey, if you're interested in seeing this unboxed, or if you want to see it built or anything, leave a comment down in the section below, because I'm really interested in doing some build videos on this channel, but it's more just for my shop, so I really don't know yet. If you are interested in Plamo or Gundam or anything like that, I do have a lot of accessories in my shop dedicated to the art of model kit building, so please check that out if you haven't already. Thank you guys again, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.